Hey everyone, and welcome back to the CLTP Studio session. I'm your host, Brandon BC Babbles Cassiano, lead consultant of CLT Podcasting. Before we hop into the show, do not forget if you're looking for podcasting solutions, whether or not it's simply consultation or coaching to develop your concept into a brand new show, or help plan your future goals and your development over time, or if you need a team to handle all aspects of your creative process, we at CLT Podcasting can do just that. Be sure to reach out to us at www.cltpodcasting.com or call directly 980-358-7760. So, we're catching up on our previous conversation. We've been discussing the process that is podcasting. And as a reminder, a lot of people, even nowadays, with podcasting being the near mainstream platform and avenue that it is, have a very limited misconception of what podcasting looks like. A lot of people will still come in and think that podcasting is as simple as coming in, sitting down, pulling the mic to your face, hitting record, talking, stopping the recording, and there you go, you've got a podcast. There's a huge process to podcasting, just like there is to all other forms of creation, especially similar in sense to broadcasting. There is pre-production, production, and post-production. Now, previously, we've developed and walked through the pre-production and production stages of podcasting. And today we'll talk about post-production. To refresh, pre-production is the planning stage. That's when you are making sure everything is aligned. You're making sure you've got a place to record. You're finding a time to record. Ideally, you know what your show is. You know what you want to talk about. You maybe even have show notes to help you guide yourself through the conversation. If you have co-hosts or guests, you're aligning schedules, making sure everything can align properly for the recording to take place. Then you have production. Production is the process of recording your raw conversation, whether or not it's just audio or video. It is the process of getting that conversation captured in some way, shape, or form onto a file in a studio at your house through either something like a Rodecaster, through your computer, or through some kind of video capture device, right? Now, post-production is what happens after all that is successfully done. Post-production is you taking your raw recorded conversation and polishing it into a nicely put together final product. For a lot of podcasters, especially video podcasting, this means finding a great opening sequence to your show, finding a really cool closing sequence to your show, maybe using graphics like infographics to help provide additional visual information about your guest, about your show, about the topic you're discussing, to really put together a nice, awesome video product for your video podcast viewers to really enjoy. If you're audio first, this might mean simply finding some really cool opening music to help open the show, closing music, maybe some sound effects throughout the conversation. If you have something like a Rodecaster Pro, you'll be able to pre-design special sound effects into the interface itself for you to play. Certain hosts for podcasts like Podbean also provide you an online interface with different sound effects for you to use as you're recording your show. But essentially, you're taking all the raw conversation, polishing it up, and then providing it to your host, whatever that is, and letting it be and setting it up for distribution and launching, basically. Now, the podcasting post-production process can be simple depending on your approach, or it can be very complicated depending on what you want the final product to look like. If you're someone who likes a really casual, low effort kind of show, then really all you have to do after recording your conversation is slapping an opening and closing on that thing and sending it out. But if you want something uber polished, you want something to match the quality of huge shows like Joe Rogan or Diary of a CEO or The Good Hang with, what's her name? Amy Poehler, there we go, or other large hitting shows like that, The Morning Brew, The Morning Daily, then you're going to want to make sure you've got a crew that can really handle all that. Now, as a beginning podcaster, you might have a limited budget, which is okay. And that's why at CLT Podcasting, we make sure that we can custom build you a service or a set of services that match the level of involvement you need. So please be sure to reach out with questions wherever you're listening to the show for anything involving production, post-production, pre-production. We'd be happy to respond to you again. We're also giving you a free discovery call To learn more about you and the show you want to create, you can just visit cltpodcasting.com. You can also call us directly, 980-358-7760, and we'd be happy to see how we can be of assistance to you in your storytelling future. We'll see you next episode. Have a great day.